Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I'm going to try and explain this in a way that's just clear and concise and be done with it. And I want to talk about this because if you've been following me on this channel for the past 4 years, you would see that my videos followed a certain trajectory. And I never started YouTube with the intent of I'm gonna be a famous YouTuber, I'm gonna be a ginormous YouTuber. YouTube for me was just a place where you could make videos, and if there were things that I was into that, let's say, my family or friends weren't interested in, it's a place where I could just share my thoughts, right? Okay, so if you followed me for the past 4 years, you would know that Meghan Markle was a huge part of my channel, right? And some people argue that, oh, Meghan Markle is the person who put me on the map, which is actually false. I went viral and got 1 million views. I got 900,000 views on a video before Meghan joined the royal family, but I had to delete that video back in, I want to say, 2015 because of other reasons, right? And then it was literally that a YouTube network was saying that they were going to sign me to their, and this was when I had like 2,000 subscribers. So it was very bizarre. It was a low-key scam, but I didn't know that back then. And they were like, oh, you have to delete every video that's not your original content. And that video was a music, like a gospel performance from South Africa. I've basically been going randomly viral since I was 18 years old. The first thing that ever went viral for me was my book. I'm an author. My book, The Meeting, went viral on Wattpad. I got 200,000 reads, and then on the original version, and then I got over 100,000 reads on the unfinished sequel. So that was just by accident. So I would just talk about anything random, and then it would just go viral. Like, not everything, but like just random things. And I couldn't control that. And if I made a video, people would be like, oh, Tumi, talk more about this topic. And if you don't know, before Meghan Markle, I went viral for politics again. So yeah, it's a thing that is just like winning the lottery. It's just random. It has just randomly happened to me over the course of this channel. But because I used to run a Meghan Markle fan page, and that's what this video is about. If you clicked on it because of the title, that's what this video is about. I already explained this in my video about Harry and Meghan that I made the week of Megxit in January 2020. But I said that when she first came with the engagement interview, I'd never heard of her before that. I never saw her before that. The very first time I heard of her was a picture when Harry and Meghan were dating, right? The first picture of them together, not at the Invictus Games, but them walking down the street in London at night. And the title was, Prince Harry's new girlfriend looks exactly like Pippa Middleton. So I clicked on it or whatever, and then I saw Meghan, and I was like, I didn't even read her name. I just saw the picture, and I was like, okay, whatever, he likes brunette girls or whatever. Like, I never really paid attention to Harry, except for, like, I knew when he was in Las Vegas because I was in high school and that was on TMZ, and I used to watch TMZ in the evening. Okay, so like I said, Meghan Markle put me into the royal watching, royal commentating thing, and I happened to start a Meghan Markle dedicated fan page to her at the time in 2018, right? It's been very crazy to witness all of these things in real time, and it's one of those things where it literally at one point felt like, what are we watching? Like, literally, what are we witnessing? And the thing is, people don't understand. Like, a lot of people are on the outliers, right? Like, for example, my dad is on the outside. He's a person who's like on the outside. He would hear about this in the news. Like, oh, Meghan and Harry getting married. Okay, fine. Meghan had a baby. Okay, fine. Meghan is leaving the royal family. Oh, okay, what's the tea? And then a lot of people watched the Oprah interview and had their own opinions. And some people feel like, something is weird here. Some people were like, oh, we rock with them, we support them, right? But then there are people who are more insular, right? The most insular people would be the actual royal broda who has access, like direct access to the royal family, the royal commentators who you would see on YouTube giving interviews, like Kinsey Schofield and people like that. And then the megxit community who make YouTube videos. This is like the upside down triangle, right? The megxit community who makes videos, who updates you on everything, and that's not a regular news network like, let's say, Sky News or MSNBC or whatever. Then there's the people who are dedicated to talking about them. But the thing is, when people say things like, why do you care? There are people who literally talk about, you can find that to anybody, about anybody. There are people who do tea spill. They're a YouTube channel. This woman, she is a YouTube channel that literally just talks about like TikTokers, celebrities. Anytime like Justin Bieber breathes, she'll make a video. Another guy named Sloan, he has a podcast called Let's Talk About It and a YouTube channel where literally he talks about all these people. And I think a lot of people forget that once upon a time, before the big social media boom, we had E-News. We still have E-News, but like we had E-News that would only talk about celebrities. TMZ only talks about celebrities. But those people have journalism degrees and talk about that on a TV show. So people will be like, okay, I could just change the channel. But when you see a person who's talking about it on YouTube, who's a regular person, who's just giving their commentary, which they have the right to do. They literally have the right to do that. People are like, but why do you care? Well, why do you care about whoever you care about? There are people who are literally obsessed with Kim Kardashian. There are people who are and even people who don't like Kim Kardashian. There are people who, on every post Kim Kardashian makes, they will leave a comment and say DDDDD. There are people who can't stand Taylor Swift who literally will talk about why they don't like her. Have you ever been on a website called Reddit? There are full of threads. There's a Reddit thread called NYC Influencer Snark, and another page called NYC Influencer Snarking, where all they do is talk trash about New York City influencers. About, oh, they waste so much money, they're so out of touch with reality, they would never last at a desk job, blah, 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 blah. And all of those people are entitled to those opinions. Why do they care about random influencers who they don't know? Because they have the right. You can care about whatever you want to care about. Why do men care about sports? Men care about sports. You see men crying, punching holes in the walls over men running around with balls. That's the reality. People care about whatever they care about for whatever reason. Okay, so I was excited to see this person, and then also, okay, yeah, she's American. Okay, wow, interesting. How did they meet? You know, how did that happen? You have a general curiosity of, oh, how did that happen? You know, he's really British upper crust. How did he meet an American actress? Where did they meet? How did that go? Blah, blah, blah. So just like other people, I don't even know why I'm trying to defend myself, but literally just like other people, I had a curiosity. Then I had a like, because I'm like, okay, like she's a woman who she's kind of tried to, this is the image that we were sold, right? Forged her own path in acting and blah, 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 blah. And she's just, you know, chill. She was like more of she said she was never a part of tabloid culture and could live a regular life without being like recognized and followed by the paps like Angelina Jolie or like the Kardashians, Selena Gomez, Rihanna, those types of people. So I was like, okay, cool. Like she's more of a down-to-earth person, and they just met and fell in love. That was the story that we were given. And you can watch my video, The Downfall of Harry and Meghan, for all that information, right? But during the South Africa tour, I was very bothered. I was personally bothered by the not anybody asked me if I'm okay situation. That is not the time and place. I would not go to an animation conference or a tech conference or a influencer summit and get on a microphone. Or if someone asked me, hey, Tumi, how's the event going? Oh, thanks for asking. You know, I've been really depressed and it's so hard and life is just so hard for me. And people are like, wait, what? Like, what? Because the thing is, royal tours are work events. It's like literally going to a business conference. Imagine Warren Buffett going to business conferences and they're asking him to highlight the business, because you're supposed to highlight the charities and the causes that she said in the interview she loves to do cause-driven work. So you're supposed to be highlighting the organizations that you are visiting, the charities, the organizations for girls who need help, and so that maybe if someone who's watching doesn't know about this charity in South Africa, they're like, oh, I can open my wallet and donate, or I can check it out, I could go online. But a lot of times when Meghan opens her mouth, and now Harry, when he opens his mouth, we don't know anything about what they're supposed to be highlighting other than themselves. They will start talking about themselves. Like Meghan, again, it's always the dish soap story. It's always this, and this. So I made on my royal account the Duchess Diaries official, right? Which I'll put right here. I chronicled all of this. I chronicled the backstory of Meghan, right? I have my iPad right here, so I'm just gonna go to the page. Okay, I highlighted Meghan's backstory, right? From when she was in California, when she was a kid, and all that kind of stuff, to her getting into acting. The very minuscule, because the reality is before she was on Suits, she had very minor roles, like those walk-on roles, one-line roles, and one sentence that you would literally be like, oh, that's Meghan Markle. Like, I didn't know that was her. You know what I mean? She's not the person that she is today, right? Okay. And everybody has humble beginnings, and most people have humble beginnings, and that's perfectly fine. That's not an issue. And I also highlighted the Instagram trail, right? And I'm not going to post all these things in this video because that would make it too long, but you can literally go to my Instagram page right here and check out all those things. And I'm saying this I was going somewhere. So in case people don't understand, because there's a lot of people who are like, why can't you just leave this girl alone? First of all, we're not people who talk about Meghan Markle are not baby reindeering her. We're not calling her. We're not threatening her. We are just giving discourse about their activities. And the thing about it is the same people who literally are like, oh, y'all hate Meghan Markle are the people who hate Trump. Remember when he became president, CNN ran stories about how at White House dinners, allegedly from inside sources, right? They didn't have the inside sources on TV. They had these inside sources talking about how, oh, everybody at the White House would get 1 scoop of ice cream and Trump would get 2 scoops of ice cream. There were stories that, oh, he doesn't trust the chefs because they think he's going to poison them, and he only eats McDonald's. They only deliver McDonald's and a Diet Coke to the White House. That's all they eat over there. Like, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things where those people are still caring about Stormy Daniels right now and the Trump trial right now, when it's been 8 years since he himself was president, like in 2016, when he got elected in 2016, right? So it's been 8 years, right? Of like that whole saga, and people still care as much as they did in 2016. They're still glued to the TV. Every time they say his name, people are, oh, what's happening now? Like, so, okay, you were obsessed with him. I'm just chronicling this whole thing because, like I said, I ran a fan account. I hit over 12,000 followers in less than a year. I was friends with the other fan pages, and I'm going to talk about them because they inserted themselves into this whole situation, right? Okay. So anyways, I chronicled her Instagram trail because her Instagram was deleted, but a lot of people have the archives of the Instagram. And in it, she was hinting, again, I'm going to say this. She was hinting at going to London and hooking up or marrying or dating, settling down with a rich British man, because she already did the American thing with Trevor. She did the Canadian guy, Corey, who's a chef, a Toronto chef, and then now she wanted to do an influential. That's why she was leaking stories that this guy named Ashley Cole slid in her DMs, and then he denied that and all that kind of stuff. And it's your right in your choice to who you marry, because you have to marry them, and I don't have any issues with Meghan having preferences. I don't care about that. I couldn't care less. But because people who know her have talked about her preferences, and I have my own personal preferences, and like, I would not want to tell people my preferences, right? And then when I get my preference, I'm like, oh, it was destiny. Oh, it was when, and literally, like, okay, like, let's say I love Japanese men, right? Let's say that's my preference. I want to marry a Japanese man. I learn Japanese. I go to Japan. I get a job over there. I establish myself over there, and I get a Japanese man. I'm not gonna say, oh, it was just fate. Oh, it was just destiny that brought us together, when I took myself there and positioned myself, or had friends hook me up with eligible Japanese men. Don't act like that. And the thing is, the older that we get, age is supposed to come with maturity, and age is supposed to come with reality, and like speaking facts, like speaking real things, and not trying to put on a show. Like, you're not supposed to try and put on a show and try to be like, oh, what's gonna make me look the best? When people love to talk about, like, well, she likes to talk about relatability, but at the same time, she also tries to say, what's the thing that's gonna make me look the best? Because if I say I was on the hunt for a rich British man, I look like a gold digger, right? If I say I was on the hunt for a rich British man, I can't say, oh, we met on a blind date. And then on Netflix, they say we met on Instagram. So what is it? What story is it? And then she's like, yeah, I never Googled him, but I didn't Google, like, she'll say things like, I did not Google him. She instead of saying like, I never looked up my husband online, which she said in the Oprah interview, then she says on Netflix, well, we met on Instagram and I went through his feed, which is not Google. So she'll say, I didn't Google, right? Then Harry was like, oh, we never called the family racist. We said they have unconscious bias. Meghan said in the interview, something to the effect of being rude and being racist are two different things, because she brought up the Wadey Katie term that they called Catherine for dating William for a long time, right? So anyways, on her Instagram page, she basically was leaving a lot of I feel like I'm doing a presentation like I'm a teacher. She was talking about going to London, and you know, she said she didn't know much about the royal family, of course, but then you have her posting pictures of carriages and her and all this kind of stuff. And she went to London multiple times for work trips. Okay, fine, that's perfect. But then it's one of those things where, like, if you go on this page, you will see the paper trail about how she was dropping hints that she was dating Harry, and how her style changed because she was more of a glam-ish office girl, right? Like, of course she was on Suits and stuff, but like her style was very like more of a glam girl in that era. Like, not glam, but like more polished in that time. And then when she started dating Harry, she always wore like gold jewelry, a silver watch, like the Cartier bracelet, all those sorts of things, other gold and silver jewelry. And then all of a sudden she wore that friendship bracelet and was posting it all over her Instagram page because Harry had the matching one and would wear it all the time, right? So that's the link, because she couldn't come out and say, oh. And then the day that her relationship with Harry went to the press, right? She posted the cuddling bananas photo, all of that kind of stuff, right? And then when she met Harry, the same week that she met Harry, she's dating Corey. She was dating Corey Vitiello. And then she posted the love hearts in London with the heart that said, kiss me. So that's what I'm talking about, right? And she's dropping these subliminals that like no one is picking up on, right? And you'll see that if you go to my page, you'll see all that kind of stuff. But I'm saying that, like, again, this is a woman who's in her 30s, right? And so this is very like teenage stuff. And like, when it comes to relationships, I don't want to be a person who's splashing my relationship all over the internet, because that's just to me it's obnoxious. And then it's also just like immature, because it's like, what are you trying to prove? There's a influencer who is a very big influencer. She has over 2 million followers. She's in her 30s as well. And she was in a 4-year relationship and thought she was going to marry the guy, but he broke up with her, or she broke up with him because she said they work on different paths, right? Now in her new relationship, it's basically feels like she copy and pasted the previous relationship. Like, the guy looks exactly the same. And like I said, it's okay to have a type because I have a type. But like, the guy looks basically exactly the same. She takes photos with him the exact same way. It's like the men and her boyfriends are like a prop, like a mannequin that she's styling and posing, and like, but she literally takes videos with him. The boyfriend is holding her up, like, you know when a woman puts her arms around you and like puts her legs around your waist, right? And he's literally holding her up, and she'll take videos in the mirror of them making out. And she said that like she wants a man who can throw her around in the bedroom. Like, what does that even mean? And we didn't ask, right? We literally didn't ask. And it's one of those things where, that's what I'm saying. Like, who are you trying to prove to your ex that you're so moved on and you're so in love and this guy's loving you so right and you never had a man like him? Or are you trying to prove that to us? Because we don't even know, like, we don't know her like that. She's an influencer. Like, we don't know her like that. So it's just odd. When I joined the fan account world and I started to get a little bit of traction, because I told you I got 12,000 subscribers in less than a year, and I know that that's not a lot, but to me it was like I was getting like 100 followers like a week, or 200 followers. To me it was crazy, right? So I'm so sorry, I need to sneeze. I've actually heard that you have to sneeze when you sit still because you're more aware of the dust, whereas when you're moving around you're not aware. When I joined the fan account world, there was a graphic or like a diagram thing that was passed around to the Meghan fan accounts for us to post, right? And I believe that I did post this on my old page, or I saw it. I saw many people posting it, and it was basically called Achievements Before Royal Marriage. This is it right here. For the Princess of Wales, Catherine, it says, number 1, graduated university with a Master of Arts degree in art history. Number 2, worked at a family business and as a part-time accessory buyer for a clothing store called Jigsaw Jr., right? That's all they say Catherine did before she married William. For Meghan, they're trying to say that Meghan is the better woman, that she's more modern, that she's more accomplished, that she's richer than Catherine, that Catherine was a professional girlfriend. So the whole Wadey Katie nonsense from the early 2000s, the Sussex Squad started to peddle that information. This is before the whole Meghan and Kate crying fiasco, before any of that drama even happened. Number one, they say Meghan graduated university with a double major degree in international studies and theater, interned at the US Embassy in Buenos Aires in Argentina, right? Because her uncle hooked her up with the job. Number three, worked as a freelance calligrapher. Okay. Okay. Number four, designed 2 collections for the Canadian retailer Reitmans. I'm gonna challenge that because a lot of these clothing companies do not design things from scratch. They literally have, when they do collaborations with influencers and actors and stuff, they have already made pieces, and you can actually go and choose. You can go and choose what you want to sell, right? And put your name on it. I know. Why do I know this? Because a perfume company hit me up and told me, oh, would you like to start your own perfume line? Do you think I'm gonna go to their factory and smell the perfumes and be like, oh, I want this and this and this? No, they have their own perfumes, and they're probably just gonna put my name on it. I respectfully declined because I was like, I don't have the fan base who would buy the perfumes. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, but they already have pre-made products. They literally have pre-made products. That's how people drop ship. And they're like, I'm starting a skincare brand. They already have the products and they put their name on it. They already have the pre-made packaging, all of that kind of stuff. Okay. Anyways, worked as an actress, featured in 23 television shows, 8 films and movies. 8 movies. She was in 23 television shows? But can you name them other than Suits? The United Nations Women's Advocate, and gave a speech at the Women's Conference, ambassador for Canada's water campaign, and traveled to Rwanda to spread the mission. Founded the popular lifestyle blog The Tig, about self-employment, fashion, social consciousness, and travel, humanitarian work in India, focusing on gender equality. Joined the United States Armed Forces for USO tour over holidays. Part-time presenter and promotional model. Wrote the Time magazine about stigmatization of menstruation and education. Catherine is sporty. She's model-esque. She could have pursued a career in modeling, but that's not what she was interested in. And I also said that during those fan account, that time period, that though it was never said directly, it was always implied that Meghan and Harry were a fairy tale couple and that it was basically them against the world. Like, it was literally a modern day Cinderella story. Like, oh, a woman met a prince and he, he swept her off her feet and they're so romantic. And so literally, if we questioned anything, then the fan pages would be like, why are you, like, then it would be a confrontation of like, leave them alone. Like, why are you're peddling the British media's lies? Like, I'm asking a question. I'm confused. I don't understand. Are we in North Korea? That's how it felt. And so, the picture of when Meghan did the outing with the Queen, right? That was supposed to be like, oh, the Queen, someone even said to me in real life, oh, I've never seen the Queen smile like that with Kate. Did you look? People forget that Catherine has been in the family for over a decade. So, but Meghan was basically treated as she was treated like the female Barack Obama. Where it's like, you remember Barack Obama in 2008? When he was making these speeches, the audacity to hope, hope change, And people were crying. People were like, oh, America, oh, it's going to be great because we have a black president, oh. Meghan didn't do anything other than marry a rich man. But like, we are supposed to be like, this is representation. This is a change in history. This is the first black person in the royal family. There have been other black people in European nobility going back to like the 1400s, the 1500s. So it's nothing new. It's just new now in our little TikTok time that we're like, oh, Instagram time. Oh my God, we're witnessing a shiny new toy in history, right? Anyways, yeah, I said that she was portrayed as a female Barack Obama. And here's the wedding, the crowd for the wedding. And I said, even though crowds showed up for every royal wedding, this was supposed to be talked about as never before seen. and breaking barriers just because Meghan is biracial, and everybody's there because they're so welcoming and this is the anti-racist future and it's because of Meghan, okay? All right, so, and the picture where Meghan, this weird picture from the Christmas card, if we posted about that and how the picture was obviously photoshopped, it was not okay. It would be like, leave them alone, they have privacy, the British press, da 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 da. I basically had made a announcement that I wasn't going to be a fan page after Megxit, and because I felt like during the South Africa tour in 2019 that's when for me the mask fell off and I saw Meghan as being like very narcissistic, because I'm like, how are you making this about you like all the time? Like, are we not, you know what I'm saying? Because South Africa has a lot of issues. And it's one of those things where it's like, I would never go to, imagine somebody going to Ukraine, right? Imagine someone going to Palestine, Israel, any of those places that's not from there. And you ask them, you know, how has this trip been? Oh, thank you for asking. You would think, we visited so many, if it was me, we visited so many charities, we visited so many organizations, the people really need help. The donations are coming in and it's helping people, but there still needs to be more humanitarian aid, and I'm asking that people around the world really, you know, like help give to these people, because this has been a really life-changing experience and it's been horrific to witness the atrocities that I've seen here, and I've learned so much and I'll carry these things with me. That's how I would give the answer, plain and simple. Imagine me standing in freaking Afghanistan or Palestine or the Congo and being like, yeah, thanks for asking. Not many people have asked me if I'm okay. And, you know, it's all about me, and I, and me, and I'm a new mom, I'm a newlywed, even though she was married before. I'm breastfeeding and I'm just, it's so difficult. And oh, nobody asks me if I'm okay. Then she got offended that we even had an opinion. It's like we forgot. It's like you were giving the interview in your own backyard, not that you were on a royal tour trying to highlight charities. And then they turned around and sued the newspapers like the day after. But so I had said that I felt like Meghan was not the person that I thought she was. The mask fell off basically, and that I wasn't going to be a fan page. And then literally right after that, I'm going to post these people sent these pages, these things to me on their own accounts, right? So I took the screenshots. This girl named I am Ashley143 commented, I will never support you again. Support means like you buy things that I'm selling. That doesn't mean you like follow me, because I don't earn money from people following me, okay? Don't ever open your dirty mouth about Meghan again. Okay. And one fan page from Tanzania, some Meghan and Harry Tanzania, said, are you the one, and she had spelling mistakes, but I'm going to read it exactly how she said it, and I'm going to put it here on the screen. Are you the one giving your stupidity opinion about family, period? Do you know the meaning of family, ? Does she know the meaning of family? Did you know how Meghan have been treated in UK and you are nyang nyang nyang, I'm black, blah blah blah, shame on you, period. Even people with respect defend her, but you, ? You are talking all those ish to your fellow woman, ! Let me tell you, the royal family is one of the fake institution you ever know. If they K-worded Diana, do you think they can respect Meghan? ? I think you want to add followers. Go then. Period. I am proud African woman, black in color, and I'm very disappointed on you as black woman, shame on you, and go wash dishes of Kate, Cate, and Will. I said, this is how I responded. I said, should I care about what every black person thinks of one black person who married into the British royal family? The only person Meghan represents is Meghan. The only person I represent is myself. For God's sake, black people aren't chained together at the foot. The only thing we share is skin color. Why do you have to see yourself in anyone except you? Why can't you be your own inspiration? It's okay to marry up and fall in love with a prince or a rich man, but why can't you want to be a rich woman who creates a life so beautiful for yourself that you won't stand a person who's abandoned their father, siblings, friends, and then ripped a man away from his entire family? Why do you see so much color that you can't see character? And why should I care that you're disappointed in me? I don't know you from Adam. You're not my mom and sister that I should care about your disappointment. And they didn't K-word Diana. The drunk man driving her car K'd her. The fact that she wasn't wearing a seatbelt K'd her. And the fact that she didn't want royal protection officers after the divorce K'd her. You are so ill-informed and small-minded that you think Meghan is Diana 2.0 and she will never even have a fraction of grace, class, and genuine care that Meghan, the Duchess of Narcissism, has. How about that? Okay, so then I started getting reported by a account called Defending Meghan. And then another account called Duchess MM Grace commented my personal page and said, "Stop bullying my friends." Okay, like, how am I bullying? Literally, they screenshotted my account, posted it on their Instagram stories, and said, "Report this page." And I was like, why are you telling people to report me? Report me for what? Because I made a post saying I'm not gonna defend her anymore, like, and I'm not running this page because there's 13,000 people following my page. So like, if I don't post, I'm gonna make an announcement saying I'm not gonna post. So how, I'm like, what? And then this Duchess MM Grace commented again saying, "This is a hate blog. They're calling Meghan blog BITCHs and other names." I never said that. I never said that. They encourage hate. They post hate and encourage it. Also, being a fan of someone never means you shouldn't be open to criticizing them, but criticizing and hating someone like this account is two different things. When you deny the racism Meghan has gone through, which she has, you're not being critical, you're being ignorant. When did she go through racism? Other than the people, the Daily Mail or whoever it was, making those snide comments. Who has not had snide comments made about them, about their race, their class, their gender, their background, their accent? Okay, all right. Then underscore Duchess underscore of underscore Sussex said, "Report my account. I've just been told about this horrible page." So you guys are running around, right? I never saw a Catherine, the hate account or whatever, or seen the things they were posting negative about Catherine, calling her old and wrinkly and jealous and Duchess Doolittle. I was not like, "Oh, everybody report this page." Because we're not in high school. That's like jumping somebody. Like, you're trying to get people to jump someone. That's so immature. So people, they're running around sending screenshots of my page being like, "Oh, report this account, report this account." So she's saying she doesn't know anything that I post about. She doesn't know me from a bar of soap. And she's like, "I have just been told about this horrible page. Horrible page. Horrible page." Okay, anyways, another girl called JMARIG14, J Marie G14, said, "I hate you. Leave Meghan alone. She makes more money than your family all combined, and maybe you should go and get a real job before you start talking poop emoji. You probably don't even have kids, so stop talking about her son and how she was holding him." Yeah, because she was holding him in Canada like he was gonna fall out. He was dangling like he was sedated. It was bizarre. It was extremely bizarre. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. It was very bizarre. Kate is one of the ugliest things I will ever encounter, and she don't have no respect for anybody, including herself. So what did she do that made her have no respect for anybody, including herself? Was she posting naked online? Like Meghan? The topless photos that she posted on her vacation? How about that? Then she said, "You probably gave the world CV-19. Okay, so that's ridiculous. And then she literally started freaking out because I posted the screenshots of her message. And she's like, "Yo, chill. Oh my God. I'm 15. And I'm like, "So if you're 15, I don't care. I don't care how old you are. Why are you on my page talking in my inbox? If you're 15 years old, shouldn't you be studying?" She's saying I should go get a real job. Why doesn't she go get a life herself? Is the pot calling the kettle black? Because she's 15, being a trying to be grown, as they used to say, trying to be grown, trying to cuss out adults on the internet because of Meghan. Okay. Anyways, and also, I never went into anybody's DMs, and that's not my character, okay? I'm not ghetto. If you guys can't tell, I'm not a ghetto person. I'm not uncouth. I don't go into other people's inboxes. Like I said, if I don't like what you're saying, I just block you. Or I have friends that I just muted. I haven't seen their posts and stories in months because I don't agree with certain things. And I like them as a person, but I don't agree with we don't have the same like thoughts on a lot of things, so I just mute them. That's very simple. I don't have to see you, right? That's fine. Okay, anyways. Then this account called Meghanpedia, who literally made a website that's a copy of Wikipedia, except it's about Meghan. She's the one who said that, she was like, she's the one who's like, report. She said report and block. And then she said, it's so funny seeing pages claim they don't like Meghan, yet they have a whole page dedicated to her. I had a fan account. After the fan account, when they did the Commonwealth service and they did when they announced Megxit and stuff, like I said, I made that post about how I'm not going to be running a fan page. And then I made other posts about them because it's my page. I have every right to do that, right? So if she ever could scroll and use her brain, she would realize that it was a fan page like a week ago at the time, like literally a week before it was a fan page. Okay. This other woman named Yes Anna Cunningham wanted to send me a message and said, B word, you are a black woman hating on Meghan for what she take you, man, or what you making a fan page hating women. Off yourself, bitch. This is why a lot of people believe that the Sussex Squad is not from America, because they have the worst grammar, the worst like command on speaking English. Like, let me read this again. bitch, you are black women. Women is plural, like more than one woman, right? Hating on Meghan for what she take you, man. Are you what making fan page hating women? Off yourself, bitch. That doesn't make any sense. All right. Anyways, yeah. So another person, Mzinsi, said, how can you hate someone you don't even know? We need more love in this world, period. Give love so that you can receive love. Again, I don't hate her. I do not hate her. A person who ran a fan account for over a year cannot hate somebody. I don't hate her. I don't like hypocrisy, and I don't like lies. I don't like when people lie and think you're stupid, right? I know someone who was just telling me a story about basically they met someone who is very similar to Meghan in this regard. This person, I'm going to call them person A. I'm going to call them Anna. Anna told Bob a story and was telling the story generally. Like the story you tell at a party about their life, about how Miss Grace was their teacher. Later on, at another party, Anna sees Bob telling the story that is her story, but getting the details wrong as if it's his life. Some people act like that. That's not okay. That's very bizarre behavior, right? So when I see people do things like that, my friend told me one time that I have a sense of justice. I don't like people getting away with nonsense. I've had very personal experiences where people try to get away with nonsense in my own life, right? And I guess that the Megxit community, a lot of us have dealt with narcissists on a very personal level, and we see the evil and the vindictiveness behind narcissists and how they discard you. As soon as you're on there, I've had this happen to me where literally overnight I told someone, I'm not going to speak to you if you keep entertaining this certain mindset that is very harmful to you and harmful to those around you. And literally overnight, as soon as I said that, I became an enemy. I became their target. And this person tormented me for months. And that's another story. This is my personal life, my real life, what you don't see behind the camera. I've had people tell me, I don't want to talk to you because we don't have similar ideologies. And I was like, okay, fine, cool, that's fine. I don't talk to them because they say they don't want to talk to me. So I'm like, okay, cool. this same person made fake accounts about me. This is a separate person. So that's what I'm saying. I don't like people who are like that. Who like, I don't like people who say one thing in your face and do the other, or they literally try to, they're like, oh, I can't get what I want out of you, or you're not believing my crap anymore, so now I'm going to destroy you. Wow. Your own family? Everyone people who've known you since you were 5 years old. Okay. Anyways. So then this person, Yasana Cunningham, came to my page and was like, I blocked her on my royal page, and then she came to my main page and she said, oh, ULYHAS has ULY has FUCK and hating on people UALAW Alaway. Instead of saying always, it was ALAWAY ULY hating, right? So I blocked them, and I was like, I blocked you on my real page 2 days ago, and you've come to my personal one. You've got some time on your hands. Welcome, and get a dictionary while you're at it, at least. And then this other girl named Ladi.Lala, these are all black people, by the way, was like, a special place in hell for women like you, ... in hell. And so I screenshotted it and posted it to my page, and I said, I didn't know you were Jesus Christ to know where I'm spending eternity. I think you gotta read the Bible again, sis. My name is in the Lamb's Book of Life. Jesus, the prophets, the apostles, all called out the hypocrites. Which is true. This other girl named Sunshine X So Dope was like, you are kinda obsessed. Again, this is my, this is my page. This is literally this is my page. I would not call E! News and say, why are you so obsessed with Taylor Swift? Get a life. Don't talk about her. Don't say anything negative about how many men she dates. Don't say anything negative about her. People talk negative about Jesus. And what did he do? If people talk negative about Jesus, people are going to talk about celebrities who are actual sinners and liars and hypocrites, right? Because Jesus was the only perfect person in all of humanity. Okay, anyways, I was like, you kind of came to my page, looked through my post, and kind of commented. And she's like, because you make your page public to spread lies. And I was like, what about Meghan have I lied about? Guys, can you guys let me know in the comments if I ever told a lie about Meghan? If she said my passport was taken, but in 1 year she went to Canada, she went to the Australia, Fiji, Tonga, she went to New Zealand, she went to the south of France to visit Elton John, and there are photos. These are photographs. She went to a private honeymoon that she did not disclose. She went to New York City for a baby shower. She went to Morocco. She went to South Africa. What point was the passport taken? If you say, I didn't leave the house in almost 4 months, I was oversaturated. Because they said I was oversaturated and I couldn't leave. And I show 100 photographs. Just 100. That's a lot. Anyways, but I show 100 photographs of different events that you went to over that year. When was the part where you barely left the house? Where are my lies? Where are my lies? Please, I want someone to show me where are my lies. I want to know where they are, okay? And so one person commented on one of my YouTube videos. I don't know which one it was, but I screenshotted it. The comment, and it was called Latia Retreats. The name is kind of cut off. Sorry. It said, "Oh my God!" exclamation point. The dishonesty or the stupidity, I'm not sure. Revealing that you lied at a job interview doesn't make you manipulative, a compulsive lie. This is when she had said that she lied and was a union actress. And I chronicled other lies that she told. You need to get a life, honey. It's a well-known fact that the English tabloids are the worst in the world. Google it up. Doesn't mean that that's the only country which has tabloids. I never said that Britain is the only I'm American. Miss, we don't have tabloids in America. I'm American. I'm American. We have tabloids at every freaking grocery store. Other than Whole Foods, because surprise, oh, she was harassed at Whole Foods because it's on the tabloids. Guess what? I used to work at Whole Foods last year, right? No, in 2022. They don't have tabloids at Whole Foods. They don't have them. They have health magazines. They don't have the National Enquirer, People Magazine, and OK Magazine at Whole Foods. They don't have those things, all right? So, saying that she doesn't know who Harry was despite the fact that she posed in front of Buckingham Palace as a teenager doesn't prove anything. You'd be amazed at the tourists visiting sites without a clue about the historical context. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, my response to that is, number one, she's told so many lies that have come out in Finding Freedom, Spare, the Netflix series. Oh, we met on a blind date. Lie. That's a lie. You met on Instagram. That came out of Harry's mouth. We didn't call the royal family racist. That's another lie. There were conversations about how dark Archie's skin would be. That's another lie. He can't get a prince title because he's black. That's a lie. That was a lie. Those are lies. Those are actual lies. Proven to be lies. Okay. The picture that they use in the Netflix series with Meghan cooking fish tacos and they're narrating, oh, when William and Kate came over, that picture was taken in 2014 for the TIG that Meghan posted on her Instagram page with the hashtag Toronto, hashtag home sweet home, wearing a Toronto Blue Jays hat before she met Harry, 2 years before she met him, and put the recipe of the fish tacos on the TIG. That's on my page. She said that posing in front of a thingy doesn't mean that you know. Okay, all right, fine. You can pose in front of the Imperial Palace in Japan and not know anything about the Emperor's family. That's fine. But does that same person then blog about the Empress of Japan or the Princess Mako of Japan? And does that same person make friends with the cousin of the Princess of Japan, the Princesses of Japan? And does that same person, you mean to tell me that person is besties with the cousin of the princess, and that person is also besties with people who went to school with the princes of Japan, and that person doesn't know anything? That same person, yeah, you may have said, oh, this is a nice building, cheese, and then, oh yeah, I'm friends with this girl Mako, yeah, her uncle is like the emperor of Japan, and I'm there with Japanese people and they show me pictures and I keep hobnobbing with them. And then I'm friends with the dressmaker, the fashion designer who's besties with them, the people who went to school with them. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know anything about the emperor. I had no idea people were even interested in them. Oh, I thought the emperor was, I thought the emperor's brother was the butler. So anyways, Meghan also said that she said in a summit that if you are complacent, you're complicit. She's done nothing about the Sussex Squad other than thanking them for their service. Like she said, someone thanked her for her service. The guy, the pilot or flight attendant, whatever, right? She loves their behavior. So you mean to tell me Selena Gomez made statements because the Selenators and Hailey Bieber's fans were going crazy on TikTok, but Meghan doesn't know about what the Sussex Squad is saying? If I post a picture side by side of Meghan copying Diana's clothes down to the shoes, how is that bullying? Else named Rebecca Joseph 6034 said she did said conversation, but not the word racism itself. And Harry is right. The British tabloids use the word racism, not Meghan. Meghan said out of her mouth that bullying and racism are two completely different things. That's what she said to Oprah. And when Oprah asked, are you saying that they were racist against you? She said, if that's what you're implying, you're correct. She didn't say, no, let me stop you. No, they weren't racist. She didn't say that. Okay, I said, if somebody asked your non-black husband how dark your baby was gonna be, because if I was gonna have a kid and I was having a child with a man who didn't look anything like me, everybody says, who do you think the kid is gonna look like more? Genetics is a gamble. It's literally playing the lottery. It's like a slot machine. You don't know how it's gonna end up, right? There are people who look nothing like their parents. I look nothing like my dad. I've been mistaken for a sugar baby when I'm with my own father. But I literally have to say, oh, hi, dad. I don't call him daddy. I call him dad, okay? So, if somebody asked you or not, she said there were concerns and conversations about how dark Archie was going to be. That's how she phrased it. That's how she phrased it. And while she was pregnant. Harry said it happened before she was pregnant. Some people say that Harry made a joke saying that now there's not going to be any pasty white genes in the family because of Meghan. And Harry said on one of the talk shows, I think it was Stephen Colbert, that yeah, Lily's got these big blue eyes and, you know, this blonde hair, this, you know, the Spencer genes. You know, I see my mom and my daughter. I said, when did Harry and Meghan correct Oprah, Gayle King, and any other newspaper and issue a retraction saying that no, the royal family wasn't racist? When did they ever say that? And I was like, think logically about how things sound and how people perceive them. If I said that a man said to me, hey baby, nice ass, and then I said, oh no, he's not sexist. No, that wasn't sexual. When did I say that? I never said that. But I was like, oh yeah, that guy, he said, hey baby, nice ass, and I was just objectified. And then I said, oh, that wasn't sexist. When did I say he was a sexist? Because I used the word objectified? It's the same connotation. All right. So yeah, guys, that is the story of what happened to me in the Sussex Squad. And I basically bowed out and I'm just done with the Meghan saga because it's too much drama, and you know, the Nigerian thing, it was just ridiculous and it's just grasping at straws. I mean, she went from wearing a tiara, being a duchess, riding around in carriages, and representing the monarchy, to selling jams. Not even selling jams, giving away jams as freebies to random people, random celebrities. So yeah, that's all, and I will see you guys in the next video, because I film videos and then I don't edit them and then I feel bad. So I just wanted to tell you guys what's been up and all of that craziness, and I just want to let you guys know that I appreciate you, and I'm really sorry again for my nose. Like every time I sit down and I'm still like, the dust in the room just like flies to my nose. And it's not even dusty, like it doesn't even look dusty, but that's what happens to me all the time. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. I know I talked a lot in this video, but I had to explain everything. And I want to give a shout out to the megxit community. They are friends of mine. I love all of them, but I will no longer be participating in the drama. I have things that really require my full time and attention. And this was a wild ride in my life, and I would never run another fan page or anything like that because it's just way too time consuming, and I feel like I'm too old at this point to run a fan page or an account that's dedicated to something not related to me. So yeah, that's it. But yeah, I'm retiring. It's truly retiring. So this is my swan song. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, thank you guys for everyone who subscribed since the Megxit era, the past 4 years. And you know, I read all the comments. I literally laugh at the things you guys say. I wish we could have like a giant Zoom call with like all 43,000 of you and just laugh together, because this has been a wild ride. And yeah, so yeah, thank you. Thank you. Love you guys. See you in the next video. Stick around, please.